All right, ready to dive deep. Today, it's all about nitric oxide.
Nitric oxide.
Yeah, that molecule, maybe not a household name, but it's doing some serious work in your body as we speak.
Huh. Interesting. I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Well, we found this article. It had a pretty wild claim. Something like, confirmed by MIT scientists, nitric oxide levels jump 200% higher in just 20 minutes when you do this.
Wow, 200%. That's a bold statement.
For sure. So we thought, let's break this down. First things first, what even is nitric oxide? Why should we care about it?
Right, back to basics. Well, imagine nitric oxide as this tiny messenger zipping around your body.
Okay, tiny messenger, I'm listening. What's the message?
Basically, it tells your arteries to relax, chill out.
Arteries relaxing, so what does that even matter?
Big time. When your arteries relax, they open up, blood flows better, and good blood flow. It's like the delivery system for your whole body. Oxygen, nutrients, you name it, it gets where it needs to go.
So like the circulatory system's VIP lane.
Exactly. And with that smooth flow, you get all these benefits. The article mentioned energy, brain power, even a stronger immune system.
Hold on, nitric oxide does all that. Sounds almost too good to be true.
Well, think about it. Better blood flow to your brain, you're going to think sharper, focus better, muscles get what they need, you're more energized, recover faster after a workout.
I'm starting to see the connection. So it's like nitric oxide is the foundation for a lot of good things in our bodies.
You got it. But there's a catch.
Uh-oh, there's always a catch, isn't there?
As we get older, nitric oxide production, it takes a dip.
Seriously, like how much of a dip are we talking?
It can be significant, and it starts as early as our 40s. Think of it like a slow leak in your tire.
Okay, I get it. You might not notice it right away, but eventually it's going to cause problems.
Exactly. And some things we do, they actually make that leak worse.
Like what? Spill the beans.
The article mentioned a few culprits: not getting enough exercise, using mouthwash too often, and those acid blockers, taking them regularly.
Hold up. Mouthwash. What's mouthwash got to do with nitric oxide?
Right. It's a surprising connection. So, turns out our mouths, they play a role in making nitric oxide.
Really? I thought that was all happening somewhere deeper inside.
Nope, mouth is involved. When you eat foods with nitrates, like beets or spinach, those nitrates end up in your saliva.
I'm with you so far.
Then the good bacteria in your mouth, they get to work, converting those nitrates into nitrites. And your body uses those nitrates to make, you guessed it, nitric oxide.
So mouthwash, it's like wiping out our little nitric oxide factory.
Pretty much. Especially the antibacterial kind, it kills off the good bacteria we need for this process.
Wow, never thought about it that way. Okay, what about the exercise thing and those acid blockers? How do they fit into all of this?
All right, so exercise, when you're active, your muscles need more oxygen. This signals your body, hey, make more nitric oxide, boost that blood flow.
Makes sense. Got to keep those muscles supplied. So for couch potatoes, our body's like, no need for extra nitric oxide.
Exactly. Now for the acid blockers, they lower stomach acid, which is good if you have heartburn. But guess what? Stomach acid, it's actually needed to convert nitrates into nitrites, that first step in the nitric oxide pathway.
So long-term acid blockers, they could be messing with our nitric oxide levels too.
You got it. It's like this complex puzzle, all these things connecting back to this one molecule.
I know, it's like a detective story, uncovering all these hidden connections.
And that brings us back to that 200% increase, the article's big claim. Ready to dig into that?
Absolutely. Hit me with it. I'm all ears.
So the article, it brings up this supplement, CircO2, claims it can boost nitric oxide like a crazy amount, 200% in just 20 minutes.
200%, that's a big jump. What's the secret sauce? How does it work?
Well, it ties into what we were just talking about, saliva, the bacteria in our mouths, that whole nitric oxide factory thing.
Right, the good bacteria converting nitrates into nitrites.
Exactly. And that's where CircO2 comes in. It's designed to work, like right there in your mouth.
Okay, so it's not a pill you swallow.
Nope, quick dissolving tablets. They bypass your whole digestive system, deliver those nitric oxide ingredients straight to where the action is.
So it's like a direct hit, maximizing absorption.
Exactly. And get this, the article even mentioned some MIT research backing up this whole oral pathway thing.
Oh, wow, so there's some science behind it.
Yeah, not just some random claim. They even list out all the ingredients in CircO2. Stuff like L-citrulline, beetroot powder, hawthorn berry, all known to boost nitric oxide.
And I've heard those are good for you in general, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Plus, they added in some B12, vitamin C, magnesium.
So, good stuff all around. But the big question is, does it actually work? I mean, the article mentions people using CircO2. They're saying They feel more energized, their blood pressure's better, even their circulation improved.
Yeah, and those personal stories, they can be powerful,
For sure. But I always wonder, is that just one person's experience or is it something more?
Right, we got to be careful with those anecdotes.
Yeah.
What about some real studies, clinical trials? Did they mention any of that?
Actually, they did. There was one study they compared CircO2 to regular L-arginine capsules, arginine being another thing that helps make nitric oxide.
Interesting. And what happened?
Well, the group taking CircO2, they saw a much bigger increase in nitric oxide.
So it's not just talk, there's some evidence to back it up. What about side effects? Did they say anything about that?
Not really in detail, but they did say it's made with natural ingredients, generally safe.
Yeah, but it's always smart to check with your doctor, right? Especially if you're already taking other meds or have any health conditions.
That's fine. Better safe than sorry. This whole nitric oxide thing, it's got me thinking. It's like this hidden key to feeling better, especially as we get older.
It's true. And while we're focused on CircO2 here, there are other ways to boost nitric oxide naturally, without supplements.
Oh yeah, we talked about lifestyle changes. So besides ditching the mouthwash, what else can we do?
Exercise, can't stress that enough. Get moving. Your body needs to make more nitric oxide to keep up with those working muscles.
All right, got to get those steps in. Anything else? What about food?
Absolutely. Food plays a big role. Anything rich in nitrates, that's your go-to. Leafy greens like spinach, beets, even dark chocolate, believe it or not.
Ooh, dark chocolate. Now you're talking my language.
Right. And don't underestimate stress. When you're stressed out, your nitric oxide levels, they take a hit. So find ways to chill out, whether it's yoga, meditation, spending time in nature, whatever works for you.
So it's like a whole body approach, taking care of ourselves inside and out.
Exactly. Creating a lifestyle that supports nitric oxide production.
Makes sense.
Hey.
But how do we know if it's working? Is there a way to actually measure nitric oxide levels?
That's a great question. And actually, the article mentioned CircO2 comes with these test strips. They measure nitrates in your saliva.
Seriously. So you can test it yourself, see if it's making a difference.
That's the idea. It's a way to track your progress, see if your levels are going up after taking CircO2 or even with those lifestyle changes.
That's pretty cool.
Oh.
But how accurate are those tests?
Well, they can give you an idea, but it's important to remember they haven't been studied like crazy for accuracy,
So maybe not the gold standard, but still a good way to get a sense of where you're at. I guess ultimately it comes down to how you feel, right? Are you experiencing those benefits? More energy, better circulation, all that good stuff.
Exactly. How you feel, that's the best indicator.
Good point. Okay, so we've talked about the science, the supplement, the lifestyle stuff, but there's one more thing I've been thinking about. All these claims in the health and wellness world, how do we know what to believe? Yeah, it's like everyone's got the next big thing, the miracle cure.
I know, right? It's tough to sift through it all.
So how do we become, smarter consumers? What are the red flags, the things that should make us go, maybe not?
Well, first thing, always look at the source. Who's giving you this information? Is it a legit study or just some ad trying to sell you something?
Like the CircO2 article, it's basically a big ad, right?
Yeah.
So we got to take it with a grain of salt.
Exactly. And look at the evidence, Is there real research, actual studies to back up those claims?
And what about those testimonials? People saying, oh, it changed my life. How much weight should we give those?
Testimonials, they can be persuasive, but it's just one person's experience, Doesn't mean it'll work for everyone.
So, not to dismiss those stories, but we got to look at the bigger picture.
Right. And even if something does have some science behind it, always weigh the benefits and the risks. Nothing's completely risk-free.
True. Got to be smart about it.
And don't be afraid to ask questions. Talk to your doc, do your own research, make sure it makes sense for you.
This whole deep dive, it's been really eye-opening. I mean, who knew nitric oxide was such a big deal?
It's amazing, right? How it affects so many things, how it declines with age.
And the different ways we can boost it, naturally or with supplements like CircO2.
It's all about understanding the science, making informed choices, taking charge of our own health.
Exactly. So as we wrap up here, any final thoughts for our listeners?
I'd say think about your lifestyle, those little changes that can make a big difference. Eat those nitrate-rich foods, manage that stress, get moving.
Great advice. And remember, folks, this is just the start. Keep learning, keep exploring, and keep that nitric oxide flowing.